chosen one. Listen to me now. You are not here by coincidence. Heaven itself paused, your scrolling, held back the noise of the world, and made sure that this message found you. You have stepped into a moment prepared before the foundations of time. This is the announcement of your victory. The battles you thought would bury you have instead crowned you. Every sleepless night, every tear no one else saw, every rejection and misunderstanding, they were the weight that pressed the oil out of you. And now, you finally stand in the place of triumph. You have endured more than most could survive. There were seasons where you questioned whether you were even chosen, moments where you wondered if God had forgotten your name. Yet here you are, still standing, still breathing, still chosen. That is not weakness. That is proof. Proof that you are not ordinary. Proof that there is a calling so heavy on your life that darkness itself threw everything it had against you, just to break you. But it failed. And now, it fears you. The world may not see it yet, but heaven already declared it. You won. You didn't just survive, you overcame. The enemy marked you for destruction, but God marked you for destiny. That is why you feel different. That is why nothing about your life has ever been normal. While others blended in, you were set apart. While others laughed freely, you carried burdens they never understood. And while others settled for less, you were being prepared for more. Chosen one. I need you to understand the weight of this hour. This is not just about you. Your victory is generational. The shift that happened in your life is echoing into your family line. Chains that held your bloodline for decades just broke because you stood firm. The prayers of those who came before you are being fulfilled through your obedience. That is why your battles were fiercer, because your breakthrough was greater. Do not minimize this moment. Do not scroll past this word as if it is just another video. This is heaven's decree over your life. You finally won. And because you won, the next steps you take are crucial. The enemy cannot reverse your victory, but he will try to distract you from stepping into it. That is why you must guard your atmosphere. That is why you cannot allow just anyone near you in this season, especially as the 25th of August approaches. On that day, separation will not be optional, it will be necessary. Chosen one. Listen carefully. The victory was sealed, not by your strength, but by the one who chose you, and he promised that your life will never again be in the hands of the enemy. It is written in the book of Romans, chapter 8, verse 31. If God is for us, who can be against us? Do you hear the weight of that truth? If heaven stands with you, there is no force, no person, no weapon that can undo what has been declared. This is why your very presence disrupts darkness. You don't have to try. You walk into a room, and the atmosphere shifts. People cannot explain why they are uneasy around you. Demons cannot hide when you step in. You carry fire. You carry the mark of the chosen. And from this day forward, you will no longer apologize for it. Chosen one. This is your confirmation. You have crossed the line. You have entered the season where what was hidden will be revealed. You are not just walking into victory, you are walking into identity. Heaven calls you torchbearer. Heaven calls you vessel. Heaven calls you chosen. So, here is what I want you to do right now. Do not let this word leave your spirit without sealing it. If you know this was for you, if you feel the power of God moving even as you hear these words, then respond. Like this message. Share it. so another chosen one can wake up. And make sure you subscribe so you do not miss the next prophetic release. And as a prophetic act, type the number 777 inch the comments right now. This is your declaration that you receive the crown, that you acknowledge the victory, that you are ready for what is next. The shift is here. The crown is on your head. The victory is yours, and nothing, absolutely nothing, can take it away. Chosen one, lean in, because what you are about to hear is not just instruction, it is a warning clothed in revelation. There are days that heaven marks on the calendar of your destiny, and the 25th of August is one of those days. It is not just another date. It is not just another sunrise and sunset. It is a divine marker, a day when the unseen realms collide, when heaven draws a line of separation, and when destinies are shifted either into fullness or into delay. You may think, why this day? Why does it matter so much? Understand this. God does not operate in randomness. Every season has its appointed time. Every harvest has its hour. And every promise has its birthing. For some, the 25th of August will pass without notice. But for you, the one chosen, the one marked, it will not. Heaven has determined that this day be one of alignment. What you do with it will echo into your future. Chosen one, you have reached a threshold, and thresholds are never casual places. A threshold is the crossing point where who you used to be cannot enter, and who you are becoming must step through. But here is the danger. When you stand at the threshold, not everyone around you can come with you. Some will try to distract. Some will try to delay. And some will try to drag you back into what you have already overcome. That is why the 25th of August is a day where separation will be crucial. This is not about hatred. This is not about arrogance. This is about obedience. You must not be around anyone who carries an atmosphere that contradicts your destiny. Energy transfers. Spirits transfer. And on a day of divine alignment, even one conversation can shift your focus. Even one careless word can plant doubt. And even one wrong connection can cloud your clarity. Do not underestimate the weight of presence. Think back, chosen one, to the times when you felt drained without reason, the moments where you left certain people feeling smaller, weaker, and less certain of who you are. That was not coincidence. That was atmosphere. And if you remain around the wrong voices on the right day, you risk missing the whisper of heaven. The 25th of August is not a day to be distracted. It is not a day to socialize. It is not a day to compromise. It is a day to be still, to listen, and to receive. The prophet Habakkuk once wrote in the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 3, "For the revelation awaits an appointed time. Though it linger, wait for it. It will certainly come and will not delay." Chosen one, do you hear that? Appointed time. Not just any time. Appointed time. The 25th of August is one of those times. The revelation, the breakthrough, the clarity you have been praying for, it is tied to obedience on that day. You cannot treat it casually. Chosen one, you must also understand the subtlety of the enemy. If he cannot destroy you, he will distract you. He will not always come with obvious attacks. Sometimes he comes through invitations that look harmless. A gathering, a conversation, a just come with us for a while. But behind it is delay. Behind it is distraction. Behind it is the silencing of what God wants to reveal to you. That is why the command is so clear. Do not be around anyone on that day. It is not punishment, it is protection. Heaven is preparing to deposit something in you, something so weighty that it cannot be shared in a crowd. It requires silence. It requires solitude. It requires separation. The greatest revelations do not come when you are surrounded by noise. They come when you are alone in the stillness of God's presence. The 25th of August is that stillness. Guard it with your life. Consider the pattern. Moses received instructions on the mountain, not in the camp. Elijah heard the whisper of God in the cave, not in the crowd. Jesus prayed through the night alone before choosing his disciples. Separation always precedes revelation, and revelation always precedes transformation. So, do not resist this instruction. Embrace it. It is not meant to isolate you forever. It is meant to prepare you for what is next. And chosen one, remember this. Obedience in small things leads to breakthrough in big things. The enemy will whisper, "It's not that serious." Your flesh will argue, "Why this one day?" But your spirit already knows. You feel it even as you hear this message. There is a weight on this date, and your obedience to honor it will determine the clarity you walk in after it. This is the significance of the 25th of August. It is not an ordinary day. It is a portal, a threshold, an appointed time where heaven leans close. What you do that day matters. Who you are with that day matters. And because you are chosen, the instruction is clear. You must be alone with God. Chosen one. Prepare your heart. Guard your space. Let your spirit be still. For when the 25th of August comes, you will not miss what heaven has for you. Chosen one. Let your spirit be alert. For this is a moment of decision. You are no longer wandering in confusion. You are standing at a crossroads where obedience determines destiny. Every time you choose the voice of God over the noise of the crowd, you shift the atmosphere of your entire life. Every time you obey in secret, heaven records it openly. The world may not clap for you, but the angels already celebrate you. There are forces pulling at you, one toward comfort, honor towards calling. Comfort says, stay where it's safe. Stay where it's familiar. Calling says, step out, even when you cannot see. And it is here, at this point of tension, that your identity as God's chosen becomes undeniable. The Apostle Paul once affirmed in the second letter to the Corinthians, chapter 12, verse 9, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness." Chosen one. Do you feel the strength of those words? You do not have to have it all figured out. You do not have to be flawless. You only need to surrender. And in that surrender, His power will show up through you. There will be resistance. There will be voices, some even familiar, that will question your decision, mock your seriousness, or tempt you to compromise. But hear me. You are not called to please voices. You are called to obey the voice. If you listen carefully, you will recognize His tone, steady, loving, but firm. He does not stutter when He calls you. He does not hesitate when He chooses you. He has already spoken, and your obedience is the key that unlocks what comes next. This is why the enemy tries so hard to confuse you at the crossroads. If he cannot steal your blessing, he will attempt to make you doubt whether you ever had it. But your steps are ordered. Your battles are not wasted. Your pain is not meaningless. Everything you faced has prepared you to hear God more clearly now than ever before. Do not delay. Chosen one, delay is still disobedience in disguise. Every time you hesitate when God has already spoken, you give darkness an opening. And yet, mercy still waits for you. The fact that you are hearing these words right now means the door is not shut. Conviction is proof that grace is still working. You still have time to choose correctly. This is the weight of your obedience. It is not only about you. Your decision will ripple outward. It will touch your family, your children, even generations not yet born. Heaven looks at you as a hinge, a turning point in your bloodline. Others may have fallen into cycles of fear, sin, or compromise, but you are the one called to break it. And you break it not with striving, but with obedience. Chosen one, this is your moment to respond. I want you to seal it not only in your heart, but also with your declaration. Type these words right now in the comments. I will obey. Write it. And do not just see it as text. See it as a prophetic act, as if you are signing your name on heaven's covenant. By writing it, you are declaring that distraction will not win, that compromise will not hold you, that fear will not silence you. And as you write it, let faith rise, because once obedience takes root in your spirit, clarity will follow. No more confusion, no more double-mindedness. You will begin to see the path illuminated before you step on it. The fog will lift, the heaviness will break, and the peace of God will settle over you like a mantle. Remember, chosen one, you are not weak for struggling at the crossroads. You are strong for still standing there. The weak give in without a fight. But you, even trembling, even weary, are still here, listening, waiting for the voice of God. That is strength. That is proof that you are chosen. The crossroads is not a curse, it is a gift. It means heaven trusts you with a choice that matters. And when you choose rightly, you will see doors open that no man can shut. You will see favor accelerate. You will see healing where there was once brokenness. You will see answers where there was once silence. Chosen one, hear me clearly. Do not look back. Do not second guess what you already know. Do not seek validation from people who were never meant to carry your vision. Keep your eyes on the voice, your heart on obedience, and your steps on the path laid before you. For the one who called you is faithful, and he will not fail you. Your obedience today is birthing victories tomorrow. And your declaration, I will obey, is the sound that hell fears the most. Chosen one, take a deep breath and allow the truth of this hour to settle into your spirit. You are carrying something weighty, something eternal, something that has been prepared for you through every season of struggle. What rests on your life now is not just a blessing, it is a crown. And this crown is not made of gold or jewels that tarnish with time. It is forged in fire, sealed in tears, and established by obedience. This crown represents authority. It represents the unseen shift that has taken place in your life. Before, you were overlooked, disregarded, even rejected. But now, heaven has placed a mantle on your head that cannot be ignored. It is the visible sign in the spirit realm that you belong to God, that you are His vessel, and that you walk under His covering. Darkness knows it. Heaven rejoices in it. And even the earth itself begins to respond to it. chosen one. Understand this. A crown is not given for decoration. It is given for responsibility. It is not just about honor. It is about weight. That is why your life feels different now. That is why the things you once tolerated you can no longer stand. That is why conversations that once entertained you now grieve your spirit. You have outgrown certain atmospheres because your crown does not fit in them. The psalmist once wrote in the book of Psalms, chapter 37, verse 23, "The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and he delights in his way." Chosen one. This is the reality of your crown. Every step you take is not random, it is ordered. Even the missteps, even the detours, even the delays that felt like wasted time have been woven into a divine pattern. You may have thought you were wandering, but you were being guided. You may have thought you were stumbling, but heaven was still delighting in your journey. This crown also brings exposure. You cannot hide anymore. The same mantle that covers you is the mantle that reveals you. People will notice something different, even if they cannot explain it. Some will be drawn to it. Others will be repelled by it, but none will be able to ignore it. That is the reality of being crowned. Your light cannot be hidden. Do not fear this exposure. It is not meant to embarrass you. It is meant to establish you. The world needs to see what heaven already declared. The oil that was pressed out of you through suffering now shines as proof of God's hand upon your life. The very things that once disqualified you have become the evidence of your calling. But remember this, chosen one, a crown is not the end. It is the beginning. It is not a prize for finishing the race. It is the equipment you wear to run it. You were not crowned to sit idle. You were crowned to carry authority. You were not chosen to hide in silence. You were chosen to walk boldly in the purpose assigned to you. This is why you must guard your crown. Do not let anyone belittle it. Do not let the opinions of others cause you to lay it down. People may not understand why you live differently, why you speak differently, why you choose differently, but they were not there when God set the crown upon your life. They did not see the battles you endured. They did not feel the tears you cried. They did not experience the nights you almost gave up. So they cannot dictate the weight of what you now carry. The crown also comes with fire. It burns away what no longer belongs in your life. It refines you continually. That is why, even after victory, you still feel the stretching. You still feel the pruning. Do not confuse refinement with punishment. God is not diminishing you. He is polishing the crown you wear so it shines brighter for those who are watching. Chosen one. The crown you carry is evidence that you are no longer who you used to be. You are not the broken one. You are the restored. You are not the forgotten one. You are the remembered. You are not the rejected one. You are the chosen. And though the world may try to drag you back into old identities, the crown on your head will not allow it. You have been marked by heaven, and nothing on earth can reverse it. So walk tall, not in arrogance, but in awareness. Live with reverence, not in fear, but in wisdom, and hold your head high. For the crown of the chosen cannot be hidden. Chosen one. Lean closer. There is a mystery unfolding in your life, and heaven does not want you to miss it. This is the season where what was hidden is being uncovered, where masks are falling, where intentions are revealed for what they truly are. For so long you questioned why people shifted toward you, smiling one day, silent The next, you sensed the uneasiness, but you could not name it. That was not confusion. That was discernment. God has been sharpening your spirit. And now, He is exposing what has been in the shadows. Think of gold placed in fire. At first glance, it looks solid, untarnished. But once the heat rises, impurité surface, they cannot remain hidden. In the same way, your presence, the crown you carry, has turned up the heat around you. And now, the hearts of those around you are being revealed. The ones who stood beside you only for convenience are being shown. The ones who never celebrated you but envied you in secret are stepping into light. The ones who were planted to drain you, not build you, are being uncovered. Chosen one, do not be afraid of this exposure. It is not sent to hurt you, but to free you. The pruning is necessary because the season you are stepping into cannot afford dead weight. God is cutting away what cannot survive. In your next chapter, remember this: every hand that claps is not clapping for you. Every voice that speaks kindly is not for your good. And every smile is not rooted in love. Exposure is heaven's mercy. It gives you sight before you step further. The prophet Jeremiah once declared in the book of Jeremiah, chapter 29, verse 11, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." That is the heart of exposure. Chosen one, it is not to shame you, it is to shield you. The plans of God are too precious to allow you to walk with those who would poison the journey. And yet, I know exposure hurts. It feels like betrayal. It feels like loss. Sometimes the very ones being revealed are those you thought would walk with you forever. But understand this: letting go is not abandonment. It is obedience. God is not asking you to discard people in bitterness. He is asking you to trust His pruning with humility. Those who are truly for you will remain. Those who are not will fade. You will not need to force it. The fire of revelation will do the work. Chosen one, while you receive this word, let me speak to your heart in another way. Messages like these are seeds. When they are planted into your spirit, they grow into clarity, strength, and endurance. But even seeds require soil, water, and care. That is why I humbly ask if this word is stirring your spirit. Consider watering the soil it comes from. You can like this message. Share it with another soul who might be walking blind. Subscribe so that you do not miss the next release. And yes, even sow into it with a gift if you feel led. Think of it not as payment, but as planting into the field that feeds you. When you eat from a table that nourishes you, it is natural to keep that table standing for the next meal. Every share is like placing a lantern in someone else's darkness. Every subscription is like building a longer table so more can gather. Every act of giving is like pouring oil into the lamp so that the flame does not go out. And I assure you, chosen one, nothing given into God's work is ever wasted. But hear me clearly, this is never compulsion. It is invitation. Just as your crown was not forced on you, but given freely, your support flows best when it comes from the same place, freely, joyfully, with a heart that knows this is bigger than you. For every action you take, whether it is liking, sharing, subscribing, or sowing, you are not just sustaining a message, You are partnering with heaven to release it further. Chosen one. Exposure may strip away some people, but it will also align you with those destined to walk beside you. As the false is removed, the true will emerge. Do not fear the empty spaces. God never subtracts without the intention to multiply later. The friends, mentors, partners, and helpers you need are already being stirred. You will not walk alone. You will walk with those who see your crown and celebrate it, not compete with it. So lift your head. Chosen one. Let the fire do its work. Let the masks fall where they may. And as you guard the crown upon your head, remember, heaven is intentional, and you are not walking blind. Chosen one. Pause for a moment and let this truth settle deeply. There are seasons where God does not simply suggest separation, He demands it. You are walking into such a season now. It is not cruelty. It is not punishment. It is preparation. For the 25th of August is not merely a date on a calendar. It is a consecrated moment. A line has been drawn. And on that day, you are not to be found in crowds, conversations, or even casual company. Heaven has requested your undivided attention. Chosen one. This call to separation is holy. Think of how often God pulled His chosen away before pouring something new into them. Moses was called up the mountain, far from the noise of Israel's camp. Elijah heard the whisper of God, not in the chaos of fire or storm, but in the silence of solitude. Even Jesus Himself withdrew from His disciples to pray alone through the night. Separation is never wasted. It is the sacred ground where revelation descends. You may ask, why me? Why now? Because you have reached the turning point. This season is not about blending in. It is about stepping into clarity. Heaven wants to reveal direction, strategy, and secrets meant only for your ears. And those things cannot be entrusted in noisy rooms or distracted atmospheres. The instruction is clear. The 25th of August must be guarded. That day, your spirit will be tuned like an instrument to hear the exact note heaven is playing. Chosen one. There will be resistance. Invitations may come that seem harmless. A friend may reach out. A familiar voice may plead for your presence. But understand this, obedience is not about convenience, it is about covenant. Every distraction, no matter how small, is designed to pull you away from the stillness where God wants to meet you. Refuse it with gentleness, but refuse it with firmness. Your destiny cannot afford compromise. Remember, chosen one. The enemy rarely comes dressed as danger. He often comes disguised as comfort. A simple invitation, a casual message, a seemingly harmless distraction can carry spiritual weight. Guard your yes carefully, for in this season, even the smallest compromise could cost you divine clarity. Let your heart be encouraged by what is written in the book of Exodus, chapter 14, verse 14. The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. This is the essence of your separation. Chosen one. Stillness, not striving, not proving, not defending yourself against voices that do not matter. Simply being still before the one who crowns you, the one who called you, the one who fights on your behalf. On the 25th of August, do not look for affirmation in people's words. Look for confirmation in God's presence. Do not seek validation from those who cannot see your crown. Seek revelation from the one who placed it there. That day will not be ordinary. It will feel weighty, like the atmosphere itself is holding its breath. You may even feel a pressure in your spirit, a holy pull to retreat, to shut the door, to silence the noise. Do not resist that pull. It is heaven's invitation to meet you face to face. Chosen one. This separation is not only external, it is internal. Guard your thoughts. Guard your words. Guard your emotions. On the 25th of August, every distraction, external and internal, must bow. If thoughts of doubt rise, silence them with truth. If fear whispers, drown it with faith. If loneliness knocks, remember, you are never truly alone. The Lord Himself goes before you, and He will sit with you in that solitude. You may not fully understand until after the day passes, but trust this: what God plants in your spirit during that separation will shape your next season. You will step into greater authority, deeper clarity, and undeniable peace. This is not optional. This is critical. Chosen one. Here is what I want you to do to seal this moment. As a prophetic act, type the number 555 in the comments right now. Do not see it as just digits. See it as alignment, grace upon grace. A triple seal that you are in agreement with heaven's instruction. By writing 555, you are saying, I choose stillness. I choose obedience. I choose to be set apart. And when you do, remember this: every act of obedience echoes louder in the spirit than in the natural. Your comment may seem small, but in heaven's record, it is written as faith. So, prepare. Chosen one. Let your heart be steady. Guard the 25th of August with reverence, for what heaven desires to reveal to you cannot be received in noise. It can only be received in stillness. Chosen one. Can you feel the shift stirring within you? It is subtle, like the quiet tremor of the earth before a great quake. It is invisible to the naked eye, yet undeniable to your spirit. What you carry inside has changed. The atmosphere within you no longer matches the atmosphere around you, because heaven has rewritten your inner climate. Chosen one. You are learning what it means to walk as one who is not driven by circumstance but led by the Spirit. The same voices that used to disturb your peace no longer have access. The same anxieties that used to rule your nights are losing their grip. Even your own perception of yourself is changing. You are no longer a victim of survival. You are a vessel of divine power. This inner shift is evidence of transformation. Transformation is not always loud. It does not always announce itself with fireworks or shouts. Often, it is silent, like a seed sprouting roots deep in the soil. Unseen, yet unstoppable. Your growth has been underground, hidden from the world. But now, the roots are strong, and the stem is breaking through. That is why you sense this new weight within it, is the strength of unseen victories. The Apostle Paul once assured the church in the book of Ephesians, chapter 3, verse 20, Now to Him who is able to do immeasurably more than all we ask or imagine, according to His power that is at work within us. Chosen one. Hear this: the power at work is within you, not beside you, not distant from you, within you. That is why your atmosphere has shifted. Heaven has deposited something into your core that cannot be shaken. You will notice it in the way you respond. Situations that once sent you spiraling now leave you steady. Words that once wounded now bounce off. Delays that once frustrated now only confirm that your timing is being aligned. You are no longer tossed back and forth by waves. You have become the anchor in the storm. But understand this shift is not for pride, but for purpose. You were not given this authority so you could walk with arrogance. You were given this shift so you could stand as light in dark spaces. Wherever you go, you will carry this atmosphere, and it will be contagious. Those who are weary will find rest near you. Those who are anxious will feel peace in your presence. Those who are bound will sense freedom stirring in their souls when you walk into the room. Chosen one. This shift also means separation. Not everyone will understand why you move the way you move now. Some will accuse you of changing, and they will be right. But it is not the kind of change they think. You have not abandoned your roots. You have stepped into your true identity. And because of this, certain conversations will no longer feed you. Certain atmospheres will no longer satisfy you. Certain connections will no longer fit you. That is not loss, it is alignment. This inner transformation also comes with responsibility. You must guard the deposit placed within you. Protect your atmosphere like a sacred flame. Do not allow bitterness, gossip, or compromise to pollute it. Just as a fire can be suffocated by smoke, your spirit can be weighed down by what you entertain. You cannot carry both peace and poison. Choose peace. And yet, chosen one, do not fear the weight of this calling. What has been placed within you is not fragile, it is fire. Fire does not apologize for burning. Fire does not ask permission to shine. Fire simply is. In the same way, the spirit within you is unashamed, unrestrained, unstoppable. Even when you feel weak, the fire still burns. Even when you feel small, the flame still glows. Even when you feel hidden, the light is preparing to break forth. This inner shift is also the answer to prayers you thought God ignored. Remember the nights you cried out for strength, the days you begged for peace, the seasons you longed for clarity. Heaven heard every word. And this is the evidence. The shift you feel within is the fulfillment of those prayers. You are no longer who you used to be. You are standing as the one you were always meant to become. Chosen one. Never underestimate the power of the unseen. The world measures change by what it can see. New jobs, new titles, new positions. But heaven measures change by what has shifted in your spirit. And in you, the shift has already taken place. The crown may rest on your head, but the fire now burns in your heart. And from this point forward, nothing will ever be the same. Chosen one. Take this in carefully. Darkness knows your name, not because of who you were, but because of who you are becoming. Your awakening has not gone unnoticed. The moment you embraced your crown, the moment you chose obedience, the moment you decided to stand firm, the atmosphere shifted and the enemy felt it. Hell trembles when a chosen one finally realizes who they are. Understand this. You do not have to fight for your light to shine. You do not have to force recognition. You do not have to beg for space. The light you carry is divine, and darkness cannot coexist with it. Your presence itself is warfare. You walk into a room, and conversations halt. You step into an atmosphere, and hidden things begin to stir, not because you are intimidating in the natural, but because, in the spiritual, you radiate heaven's authority. Think of a lamp placed in a dark house. The lamp does not shout. It does not argue with the darkness. It simply shines, and the darkness has no choice but to retreat. In the same way, your very existence has become a declaration of victory. This is why you often feel resistance without explanation. People may distance themselves. Some may misuse you. Others may grow uneasy in your presence. It is not you they reject, it is the light you carry that makes their shadows uncomfortable. Chosen one, hear this truth. The fear of darkness is an illusion. It projects itself loudly, like a storm with thunder and lightning. But the storm always breaks before the dawn. The fear you feel is not a sign of weakness, it is a sign of transition. Darkness only fights what it fears, and it fears you. This is not arrogance. This is reality. From the beginning, you have carried something set apart. Even in your lowest seasons, the enemy knew it. That is why the battles were relentless. That is why the warfare felt unending. Hell was not fighting the version of you that was broken. It was fighting the version of you that was rising. It saw your potential before you did. Chosen one, let this settle into your heart. You are untouchable when you remain under the covering of God. Attacks may form, but they will fail. Weapons may rise, but they will not prosper. Curses may be spoken, but they will not land. You are shielded, not because of what you do, but because of who you belong to. The prophet Isaiah proclaimed in the book of Isaiah, chapter 41, verse 10, "So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." Chosen one, this is heaven's decree over your life. You are upheld. You are sustained. You are carried. The trembling you feel is not yours. It is the trembling of darkness around you. And here lies the mystery. The more you walk in light, the more opposition may attempt to rise. But opposition is not proof of defeat. It is proof of progress. When you feel resistance, do not shrink back. Stand taller. When the air feels heavy, do not despair. Recognize that your presence is pressing against the very walls that once confined you. Do not confuse warfare with abandonment. You are not abandoned, you are armored. You are not forsaken, you are fortified. And while the enemy roars, heaven has already surrounded you with fire. You are not standing alone. You are standing in a company of angels, under the banner of the Almighty. Chosen one. Remember, darkness does not fight what it already owns. It only fights what threatens its hold. The very fact that you are in battle proves you are free. The very fact that resistance is rising proves that chains are breaking. You are not under attack because you are weak. You are under attack because you are dangerous to the kingdom of darkness. This is why your prayers feel heavier now. This is why your dreams feel clearer. This is why the atmosphere feels more sensitive. You are stepping into realms where authority is no longer theoretical, it is practical. Your words carry weight. Your prayers shake foundations. Your worship shifts atmospheres. You may not always feel it, but heaven and hell both recognize it. Chosen one, take courage. You are not called to fear what fears you. Stand boldly. Walk confidently. Shine unapologetically. For the light you carry is not your own. It is the eternal flame of the one who chose you, who called you, who anointed you. And as long as that flame burns, no darkness will ever prevail against you. Chosen one, this is the moment of decision. The turning point where the weight of your obedience will either accelerate your destiny or delay it. You stand at a crossroads, and though it may feel like a quiet place, it is in fact a battlefield, not of swords and spears, but of choices. The enemy does not always fight you with visible weapons. He fights you with whispers, with hesitation, with subtle invitations to compromise. Think of it like a narrow road splitting into two. One is broad, crowded, noisy, and full of distractions. The other is narrow, quiet, and lonely. Yet it is on that lonely path where heaven walks with you. The broad way offers comfort, but it is laced with delay. The narrow way requires sacrifice, but it is paved with glory. This is where you are standing right now. Obedience on one side, rebellion on the other. The prophet Elijah once cried out to the people, recorded in the first book of Kings, chapter 18, verse 21. How long will you waver between two opinions? If the Lord is God, follow him. But if Baal, follow him. Chosen one. That question echoes into your life today. How long will you linger at the crossroads? How long will you delay what you already know in your spirit to be true? The hour for wavering is over. The time for obedience is now. You may say, but what if I'm not strong enough? What if I fail? Hear me. Obedience was never about your strength. It was always about your surrender. God does not call the equipped. He equips the called. When you choose his way, his spirit fills the gaps. Your yes will carry you further than your own strength ever could. Chosen one. The enemy thrives on hesitation. He knows that if you pause long enough, doubt will creep in. If you linger long enough, fear will whisper louder. If you delay long enough, compromise will appear reasonable. That is why obedience must be immediate. The moment you sense God's instruction, move. The more you delay, the heavier the resistance becomes. But the beauty of this moment is that you are not without help. Heaven is leaning in. Angels are surrounding you. Grace is empowering you. And the Spirit is whispering, this is the way. Walk in it. You are not abandoned at the crossroads. You are guided. You are not forgotten in the tension. You are remembered in the plan. Every act of obedience births breakthrough. Every yes to God shuts the mouth of the enemy. Every step forward into surrender becomes a ripple that touches generations. You may think it is small, you may think it is insignificant, but in the Spirit, it is monumental. Do not underestimate what one choice can do. Chosen one. I want you to do something now. Something simple but prophetic. Type these words in the comments. I choose him. Do not overthink it. Do not delay. Declare it. For when you write it, you are making more than a comment. You are making a covenant. You are choosing alignment. Choosing obedience. Choosing to step off the fence and walk fully into the destiny God prepared for you. And as you declare it, know this: the crossroads is not meant to crush you. It is meant to clarify you. The tension you feel is proof that your life matters, that your choices carry eternal weight, that heaven has invested too much in you to let you wander aimlessly. The crossroads is a sign that you are on the edge of transformation. Yes, there will be costs. You might lose people. You may be misunderstood. You may feel alone. But do not confuse loss with lack. What you lose in the natural, you gain in the eternal. What leaves your life was never meant to carry your destiny anyway, and what remains will be refined, tested, and proven true. Chosen one. Remember, rebellion is not always loud. Sometimes it looks like delay, hesitation, or partial obedience. But heaven is not calling you to half measures. Heaven is calling you to complete surrender. The choice is not between easy and hard. It is between life and death, between destiny and delay, between clarity and confusion. Choose wisely, and when you do, you will see what few ever see. You will walk in authority, unshaken by storms. You will carry peace that defies explanation. You will shine with a light that no darkness can comprehend. And you will know, without a shadow of doubt, that obedience is never wasted. Chosen one. This is your moment. Do not waver. Do not delay. Do not look back. The path is clear. The voice has spoken. And your crown awaits on the other side of your yes. Chosen one. Do you realize what you are carrying now? You are no longer just walking as one who survived. You are walking as a torchbearer. A torchbearer does not carry light for themselves alone. They carry it for others who have been stumbling in the dark, waiting for a signal, waiting for hope, waiting for proof that dawn is coming. And that proof is you. For too long, you thought your life was about your own struggles, your own journey, your own healing. But what you endured has become the oil for others. Your scars have become the testimony that will break chains off of many. You are a walking declaration that light is stronger than darkness. Think of a torch in ancient times. When a runner carried the flame, entire cities would gather, watching, cheering, drawing strength from the sight. They knew the flame symbolized victory, unity, and hope. That is you, chosen one. You are carrying something larger than yourself. Your presence speaks to people you may never meet, and your obedience lights the path for those who cannot yet see. The Apostle Peter reminds us in the first letter of Peter, chapter 5, verse 10, the God of all grace, who called you in Christ to eternal glory, after you have suffered a while, will restore and make you strong. Do you feel that? Chosen one. After suffering comes strength. After weeping comes joy. After breaking comes restoration. And that restoration is not just for you, it flows through you to others. As a torchbearer, you must walk with awareness. Your words are sparks. Your actions are embers. Your presence alone is fire. And when you shine, others find courage to step forward. But a torch must be fueled. A flame cannot burn without oil. That is why you must keep returning to the source. Keep feeding the fire with prayer, with truth, with surrender. For the moment you neglect it, the flame weakens, and there are too many waiting in the shadows for your light to go dim. Chosen one, let me speak to your heart plainly. Messages like this, words like these, they are oil for your torch. They keep your flame burning, reminding you of who you are and what you carry. And just as you need oil, this message also needs oil to keep flowing. That is why I humbly and sincerely ask, if this word feeds your spirit, help keep the fire alive. You can like this message. It is like adding oxygen to the flame, helping it spread brighter. You can share it. It is like passing the torch into someone else's hands who has been waiting in the dark. You can subscribe. It is like building a community of torchbearers, a circle of fire that grows stronger together. And if you feel led to donate, Think of it as pouring fresh oil into the lamp, ensuring the fire never goes out. Do not see this as transaction, see it as participation. Every act of support is a brick in the altar, a drop of oil in the lamp, a spark in the flame. When you partner with this message, you are not just keeping one fire burning, you are fueling a movement that ignites others across nations. Chosen one. Never underestimate the impact of a single torch. In a stadium, one torch sets the entire fire ablaze. In a dark valley, one torch guides hundreds safely through. Your support, whether through your engagement, your presence, or your giving, turns one flame into many. And those many flames become a blaze no darkness can withstand. But beyond the imagery, hear this truth. Heaven sees the intention of your heart. If all you can give is attention, heaven records it. If all you can give is a share, heaven records it. If you sow financially, heaven records it. Nothing poured into God's work is wasted. Every gesture, no matter how small, is multiplied in ways you may never see, but will surely reap. Chosen one. Step into this mantle fully. Do not be ashamed of the fire you carry. Do not dim it to make others comfortable. Do not hide it out of fear. You were not given a torch to put it under a basket. You were given a torch to lift it high. And as you do, you will discover that the very flame lighting others is also keeping you warm, guiding you forward, and marking you as the chosen bearer of light in this generation. So lift your torch high. Beloved, let the fire speak where words cannot. And remember, you are not running alone. Many others are waiting to see the flame, to follow its glow, to pass it onward. And together, the fire will spread until darkness no longer has a place to hide. Chosen one. Silence has power. It is not emptiness, nor is it weakness. It is the sacred ground where heaven speaks and clarity settles. There are times when words fail, when explanations fall short, when even prayers become groans too deep for language. In such times, silence itself becomes worship. And as the 25th of August draws near, the Spirit is calling you into that silence. It will not be easy. The world thrives on noise. Notifications buzz. Conversation poule. Opinions flood your mind. You have been conditioned to fill every pause with distraction. Yet what God wants to give you on that day cannot be heard in noise. It can only be caught in quiet. Silence is not absence. Silence is presence amplified. Consider the life of Jesus. He performed miracles in public, but he heard the Father in private. Before choosing the 12 disciples, he withdrew to a mountain and prayed through the night. Before facing the cross, he sat in Gethsemane, not debating with crowds, but listening in stillness. Power is birthed in silence. Revelation descends in stillness. The most important battles are won not by shouting, but by waiting in quiet confidence. Chosen one. The 25th of August is not a day for many words. Guard your mouth as you would guard treasure. Words are seeds. And on that day, you cannot afford to scatter recklessly. Idle talk dilutes clarity. Casual speech drains focus. This is why the Spirit is warning you now. Let silence be your shield. Do not explain yourself. Do not justify yourself. Do not attempt to convince others of what God is doing in you. Allow your stillness to speak louder than any defense. The psalmist testifies in the book of Psalms, chapter 91, verse 1. Whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. Chosen one. That rest is found in silence. It is not the kind of rest that comes from sleep or escape. It is the peace of knowing you are covered, shielded, and held in the shadow of the Almighty. You do not need to argue. You do not need to strive. You only need to abide. Understand this. Silence is not passive. It is not doing nothing. It is doing the deepest work of all, surrendering your control and letting God speak. Silence sharpens discernment. Silence refines motives. Silence clears the fog so that truth can be seen without distortion. When you quiet yourself, the whispers of heaven become thunder in your spirit. You may fear that silence will make you feel lonely, but the reality is that silence reveals who is truly with you. When the noise falls away, when the crowd is absent, you will sense the nearness of the one who promised never to leave nor forsake you. Silence becomes the proof of his companionship. Chosen one. Take note. The enemy fears your silence. He prefers you scattered, rushed, overwhelmed, filling your soul with noise that leaves no room for God's voice. But when you choose silence, you break his strategy. You close every door he tries to slip through. Silence disarms distraction. Silence suffocates temptation. Silence becomes your weapon. This is why you must prepare now. Practice quieting your spirit before August 25 arrives. Learn to sit with Scripture open, not rushing, not skimming, but waiting for the words to breathe life into you. Learn to walk in stillness, letting creation remind you of the rhythm of God's order. Learn to rest without reaching for your phone, your television, or the endless distractions that crowd the soul. By training yourself in silence, you make yourself ready for the holy hush that is coming. And remember, silence does not mean inactivity. It does not mean you withdraw from life or abandon responsibility. It means that in the deepest places of your spirit, you remain anchored. Even while moving in daily tasks, you carry the quiet sanctuary of God within. Even in conversations, you speak from stillness instead of striving. Silence is less about your surroundings and more about your posture. On the 25th of August, chosen one. Do not be afraid if the silence feels heavy. It is the weight of glory resting on you. Do not mistake the quiet for emptiness. It is fullness too deep for words. Do not be anxious if you hear little in the moment. Seeds planted in silence often sprout later. Trust the process. Heaven is working even when the earth seems still. This is your preparation. Cultivate silence now, so that when the day arrives, you will not resist it, you will embrace it. You will discover that silence is not loss, but gain, not void, but overflow, not weakness, but strength. Chosen one. In the quiet, you will discover what noise tried to hide, that the presence of God is enough, and that his shadow is the safest place to rest. Chosen one. Lean close and hear this clearly. Heaven is not silent about the signs that confirm your path. Numbers themselves are not magic, but they often become markers, reminders that God is weaving order into what feels like chaos. Prophetic numbers are like whispers in the dark, subtle yet undeniable, reminding you that you are not walking blind. Think of how often Scripture uses numbers as symbols. 7 speaks of completion, 12 of authority, 40 of testing, 3 of resurrection. These are not coincidences. They are patterns. And when they repeat in your life, when you keep noticing them, when they echo in unexpected places, it is heaven's way of saying, pay attention. I am here, chosen one. Your journey is surrounded by such signs. You may have overlooked them before, brushing them off as random, but now your spirit is being trained to see the delays you once despised are revealed as 40-day trials, shaping your strength. The repeated appearances of certain numbers on clocks, receipts, or pages become heaven's confirmation that you are walking in rhythm with divine order. The prophet Habakkuk once declared in the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 3, "For the revelation awaits an appointed time. It speaks of the end and will not prove false. Though it linger, wait for it. It will certainly come and will not delay." Do you hear that? Chosen one, appointed time. That is what prophetic numbers declare. An appointed time is unfolding, and your patience is not wasted. Do not dismiss these signs as superstition. Discern them as reminders. When you see them, let your spirit be reassured. God has not forgotten you. The plan is still intact. The revelation will come, and no delay can cancel it. Chosen one. Prophetic numbers are like heavenly mile markers on a long journey. Imagine driving a road with no signs, no distances, no markers. You would grow weary, wondering if you were lost. But when you see mile markers, you know you are still on the road, still moving toward your destination. That is what these numbers are for you. They are not the destination themselves, but signs reminding you that you are headed the right way. And now, in this season, the Spirit is asking you to mark this moment with a declaration as a prophetic act. Type the number 444 in the comments. Do not see it as just repetition. See it as alignment, stability, foundation, and the four winds of heaven gathering around you. By writing 444, you are saying, I stand on the solid foundation. I will not be shaken. My steps are ordered, and my future is secure. Chosen one. Every time you align with heaven's markers, clarity grows, confusion loses its grip, and confidence rises in your spirit. You no longer stumble as though lost. You walk as one guided. The path may still have turns, but you know it is leading somewhere divine. Consider Abraham, looking at the stars as God told him to count them. Those stars were his prophetic numbers, signs in the sky that his promise was too vast to comprehend. Consider Noah, counting 40 days of rain, not as endless destruction, but as a countdown to new creation. Consider Jesus, rising on the third day, fulfilling a number that carried resurrection power. Chosen one. Numbers speak when you have the ears to hear them. You may not always understand in the moment, but trust the rhythm, trust the consistency, trust that the same God who ordered creation with precision is ordering your steps with intention. And when you see the signs, let them remind you, heaven is still writing your story, and no chaos of earth can erase it. Chosen one. Prophetic numbers are not distractions, they are confirmations. They are gentle taps on the shoulder saying, look up, stay steady. You are not forgotten. So embrace them. Let them fuel your patience. Let them remind you that your waiting is not wasted. Your prayers are not unheard, and your obedience is not unseen. Mark this moment. Chosen one. Seal it with 444, and walk forward, knowing that the God of appointed times has already aligned the days ahead for your victory. Chosen one. The pace of your life is shifting. What once felt like slow motion, what once seemed like endless waiting, is now quickening. The doors that were locked are beginning to open, and not just gradually, they are swinging wide. As if heaven itself has accelerated the timeline, you are stepping into the season of favor, where what used to take years will happen in months, and what used to take months will happen in days. Do not be surprised when opportunities begin to unfold rapidly. You prayed. You prepared. You endured seasons of delay that nearly broke you. And now the answers are appearing with speed. This is not coincidence. This is divine acceleration. Heaven has measured the times of your struggle, and now heaven is multiplying the fruit of your endurance. Acceleration is both exhilarating and sobering. Exhilarating, because you finally see movement where there was stagnation. Sobering, because you must walk in wisdom so that you do not squander what comes quickly. Blessings are not burdens, but they demand stewardship. Favor is not random, it is responsibility. And as acceleration comes, you must remember the lessons you learned in the waiting, the patience you built, the humility you carried, the faith you practiced. These are the tools that will sustain you in the fast pace ahead. Think of Joseph. For years he endured the pit, the false accusations, the prison. His life felt like delay after delay, suffering without end. Yet in one day, one conversation with Pharaoh, he was lifted from prisoner to ruler. That is acceleration. The years of waiting were not wasted, they were preparation. And when the door opened, he was ready. The same will be true for you. Chosen one. The Apostle Paul assures us in the book of Philippians, chapter 1, verse 6, "He who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion until the day of Christ Jesus." Do you hear it? The one who started the process will not leave it unfinished. He does not waste time, and he does not waste lives. What he began in you, even through the delays, the detours, the pain, he is now accelerating toward completion. Chosen one. Acceleration does not mean skipping process. It means process has matured. It means the seed that lay hidden underground is finally breaking the soil. It means the fruit that seemed slow to ripen is suddenly ready for harvest. What you are stepping into is not sudden to God, it is only sudden to you. Heaven has been aligning, arranging, and orchestrating all along. This acceleration will manifest in many ways. Relationships will align. Those meant to walk with you will find their way into your life, while those who cannot go further will quietly fade. Opportunities will multiply doors you could not open. By your strength will swing wide by his hand. Clarity will sharpen where confusion once clouded your decisions. Wisdom will flow with ease. Even provision will increase. Resources that were once scarce will begin to flow. Not for luxury, but for purpose. But hear this caution. Acceleration requires discernment. Not every door that opens is meant to be entered. Not every voice that calls your name is meant to be answered. In seasons of acceleration, counterfeits also appear. The enemy cannot stop your favor, so he will attempt to dilute it, to lure you into distractions disguised as blessings. That is why your discernment must be sharp, your spirit keyed, your crown guarded. Chosen one. You will feel the difference between what is yours and what is counterfeit. What is yours will carry peace, even if it stretches you. What is counterfeit will carry pressure, even if it looks appealing. Do not confuse the two. Favor from God does not demand compromise, it demands obedience. You must also remember that acceleration is not just about you. The favor flowing into your life is designed to overflow into others. Your blessing is a channel, not a container. The acceleration of favor in your life is tied to the advancement of God's purpose through you. When you steward it well, the fruit will touch lives far beyond your own. Chosen one, let this truth steady you. You are not running out of time. Time is in His hands. While others may look at you and say, "You are late," heaven looks at you and says, "You are right on schedule." Delay was never denial, it was design. And now, as acceleration begins, you will see that every moment of waiting has prepared you for this pace. So, walk with confidence, not fear. Move with wisdom, not haste, and embrace the season of acceleration, knowing that the same God who carried you through the slow seasons will also sustain you in the swift ones. Chosen one, understand this clearly. Whenever destiny draws near, opposition grows louder. You are in a season where resistance is not proof of weakness, but proof of nearness. The enemy does not fight the indifferent, nor does he waste his energy on the distracted. His fiercest assaults are reserved for those on the edge of breakthrough. That is why you have felt the pressure intensify. That is why obstacles seem to appear out of nowhere. That is why the air feels heavier the closer you get to your promise. Do not be alarmed by this. Resistance is not a sign that you are failing. It is confirmation that you are advancing. The closer the birth, the sharper the contractions, the harder the push, the nearer the delivery. What you are experiencing now is the last push of opposition, the final attempt of darkness to weary you before the light fully breaks forth. Remember the pattern of Scripture. Before Israel crossed into the Promised Land, giants still stood in the way. Before David sat on the throne, Saul hunted him with relentless pursuit. Before Jesus rose from the grave, the full weight of hell sought to crush him on the cross. And yet, in every case, the opposition was not the end, it was the threshold. Chosen one, your resistance is not the tomb, it is the doorway. The prophet Isaiah proclaimed in the book of Isaiah, chapter 60, verse 1, "Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you." Do you hear it? Light is already here. Glory is already rising. The opposition you feel is only the shadow trying to resist the dawn. But shadows never survive the sunrise. Chosen one, the enemy fights hardest right before he loses grip. His last push is his most desperate. That is why the thoughts have been louder, the distractions heavier, the temptations sharper. It is because he knows what you are about to step into, and he cannot stop it. He can only try to make you surrender prematurely, but you will not. You have come too far, endured too much, carried too deeply to quit now. Think of a runner at the last stretch of a race. Muskelsash, lungsburn, and yet the finish line is in sight. The pain intensifies, not because the body is failing, but because the goal is near. That is you, chosen one. You are not breaking down, you are breaking through. What feels unbearable is actually confirmation that you are moments away from victory. This is also why clarity is so crucial right now. In the intensity of opposition, confusion often disguises itself as wisdom. You will hear voices suggesting shortcuts, compromise, or resignation. You will feel the temptation to lower your standard just to find relief. Resist it. For what is a few steps of temporary ease compared to the eternal glory waiting on the other side? Do not settle for comfort when you were chosen for completion. Chosen one. Let your spirit be steadied by this truth. Your endurance terrifies the enemy. He expected you to quit long ago. He thought the sleepless nights would break you. He assumed the betrayals would silence you. He was sure the loneliness would make you surrender. And yet, you are still here, still believing, still standing, still chosen. That resilience itself is your weapon. What you must do now is hold steady. Do not flinch when the wind howls. Do not panic when the waves rise. Keep your eyes fixed on the voice that has carried you this far. Every storm has an end, and this one is no different. Soon you will see the clouds part, and the very waves that threaten to drown you will carry you into destiny. Chosen one. Do not underestimate what this season is forging in you. The last push of opposition is producing endurance that will anchor you in the victories ahead. Without this pressure, you would not recognize the value of the promise. Without this resistance, you would not appreciate the depth of your crown. What feels like warfare is actually preparation for reigning, and when the final push breaks, when the dawn fully rises, you will look back and see that every tear was part of the refining, every battle part of the training, every delay part of the design. Nothing will be wasted. The pain will make sense in the light of the glory that follows. Chosen one. Lift your head. You are not collapsing under the weight. You are being crowned through it. The opposition is fierce because the destiny is great. The pressure is heavy because the breakthrough is near. And when you emerge from this, you will not only carry your crown, you will carry the unshakable testimony that darkness tried its best, but light prevailed. Chosen one. This is the hour to speak boldly. For too long your voice was silenced by rejection, by fear, by misunderstanding, by the weight of battles that seemed too heavy to carry. Yet silence was never your destiny. You were created to declare, to proclaim, to speak life into the dry places around you. This is not arrogance. It is alignment. When you declare who you are in God, you are not boasting in yourself. You are magnifying the one who crowned you. Imagine a trumpet kept hidden in a box. It still has value, but it makes no sound. Its purpose is locked away. But when lifted to the lips of a skilled player, the trumpet releases a sound that stirs hearts, awakens armies, and signals victory. That is you, chosen one. Your voice is that trumpet. Heaven has placed breath in you, not so you would remain silent, but so you would release the sound that shifts atmospheres. The writer of Hebrews proclaimed in the book of Hebrews, chapter 10, verse 35, "So do not throw away your confidence. It will be richly rewarded." Confidence is not pride, it is trust. Confidence is saying, "I believe what God has spoken about me, and I will not shrink back." When you proclaim boldly, you are not drawing attention to yourself. You are drawing attention to the truth that heaven has already declared. But I know boldness feels risky. You worry about how others will respond. Will they mock you? Will they dismiss you? Will they misunderstand you? Perhaps. Yes. But understand this. Their opinions are not the foundation of your calling. If the crown on your head was placed there by God, then no voice on earth has the authority to remove it. This is why bold proclamation matters. Every time you speak, you drive back the darkness that thrives on silence. Every time you testify, you ignite faith in those who feel forgotten. Every time you declare your identity, you remind hell that its attempts to bury you failed. Your words are not empty air, they are swords, cutting through lies and releasing truth. Chosen one, you are being called now to lift your voice. Proclaim that you are chosen. Proclaim that you are crowned. Proclaim that you are walking in victory. Do not whisper it timidly, declare it boldly, like a torch lifted high on a hill. When you speak, you break the chains of hesitation that once bound you. And while I speak of proclamation, let me also speak to you heart to heart. This message itself is a trumpet. Every word written here is crafted to awaken, to stir, to ignite. And for a trumpet to keep sounding, it must be lifted, supported, and carried forward. That is where you come in. You can like this message. It is like clapping your hands to echo the sound further. You can share it. It is like handing the trumpet to another, so they too can hear the call. You can subscribe. It is like building a choir of voices, ensuring the sound never dies out, but grows louder with every believer who joins. And if you feel led to give, consider it pouring oil into the lamp, ensuring the fire of this work never goes out. Giving is not loss, it is planting into the very ground that has been feeding your spirit. Imagine a lighthouse on a rocky shore. Its light is not for itself, it is for the ships navigating storms. But the lamp inside must be fueled, the structure maintained, the fire tended. Without support, the lighthouse goes dark. Yet with even a little care, its beam can guide countless lives to safety. This message is that lighthouse, and your support, whether in attention, sharing, or giving, is what keeps the beam strong. Chosen one, your engagement matters more than you realize. When you leave a comment, you are not just interacting, you are adding your voice to the declaration. It is like joining your trumpet to a greater orchestra. Every word you release in the comments is another layer of bold proclamation, sealing the truth in your own heart while encouraging others who read. So do not just listen silently. Participate, declare, speak, for your voice has power. And when we combine voices yours, Mina, and countless others, the sound becomes irresistible, shaking the foundations of fear and establishing a chorus of faith. Chosen one, you were never meant to hide your crown. You were never designed to whisper your identity. You are called to declare it boldly, to live it loudly, to embody it fully. And as you do, not only will your own life be transformed, but countless others will find courage to rise as well. Lift your voice. Chosen one, do not hold back. The world needs to hear the sound you carry. Chosen one, the moment the 25th of August passes, you will not emerge the same. Something irreversible will shift within you. It is as if a door will close behind you, one that can never again be reopened. You will look back at the person you once were and realize that version of you no longer exists. You will stand as unshakable, immovable, untouchable, not because storms cease, but because storms can no longer move you. For years, the enemy has tested your foundation. He pushed against your faith with disappointments, shook your confidence with rejection, and tried to drown your hope with sorrow. But every wave that hit you only drove your roots deeper. Every attack that should have broken you instead built resilience. You may not have noticed it, but every tear watered strength, every wound carved depth, and every delay stretched patience. Now the fruit is visible. You have become unshakable, chosen one. This unshakable nature is not arrogance. It is not pretending that pain cannot touch you. It is the quiet awareness that even if pain comes, it cannot undo you. Even if loss strikes, it cannot erase you. Even if storms rage, they cannot uproot you. You are anchored, not in circumstances, but in the eternal hand of God. The psalmist declared in the book of Psalms, chapter 27, verse 1, "The Lord is my light and my salvation, whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid?" Chosen one. Let these words echo in your spirit. You have no reason to fear. Fear tried to rule you before, but now it finds no foothold. You are not standing on shifting sand. You are standing on the rock. Being unshakable means you no longer depend on external affirmation. Applause may come, or it may not, but your identity remains. Support may show up, or it may vanish, but your stability endures. Opportunities may appear or close, but your calling does not waver. This is the mark of one who has been tested, refined, and proven in fire. Chosen one. You will notice this shift in subtle ways. The same criticisms that once pierced you now roll off like rain on stone. The same anxieties that once kept you awake now dissolve into peace before you even finish your prayer. The same doubts that once clouded your vision now crumble before the clarity of truth. You are not untouched by life, but you are untouchable in spirit. Understand this. Being unshakable does not mean storms will stop. In fact, storms may increase, but instead of breaking you, they will reveal you. Just as an oak tree reveals its strength in the wind, your life will now testify to the stability heaven has built within you. What once terrified you will now testify for you. This unshakable identity is also a mantle for others. People will be drawn to your stability. In a world drowning in anxiety, you will be a pillar of peace. In a culture consumed with fear, you will embody confidence. In environments clouded with confusion, you will radiate clarity. Your very presence will remind others that it is possible to be rooted even when everything shakes. Chosen one. Remember how far you have come. There were days you thought you would break, nights you thought you would not see morning, moments where surrender seemed easier than survival. Yet here you are, stronger, steadier, crowned with resilience. Your story is proof that what tried to destroy you became the very tool that defined you. This is why heaven trusted you with such a heavy process, because God knew what would be built in you. Others may falter, but you would stand. Others may crumble, but you would endure. Not because you were the strongest in yourself, but because you leaned on the one who cannot be shaken. Now, chosen one, you carry a new authority. Your words hold weight because they flow from tested ground. Your prayers pierce darkness because they rise from a rooted spirit. Your presence changes atmospheres because it carries the unshakable peace of God. What once was fragile has become fortified, and no force on earth can undo it. So step forward with assurance. Walk into your next season with quiet confidence, not loud arrogance, but steady faith. You are unshakable, not because storms will not try, but because they cannot win. Chosen one. The journey brings you here to the place where the crown rests securely upon your head, not as a fragile token, but as an eternal seal. This is not just about surviving a season, not just about enduring trials, not just about breaking through a date on the calendar. This is about stepping fully into the eternal reality of who you are, crowned for purpose, crowned for destiny, crowned for eternity. For too long, the enemy tried to convince you that your story would end in failure. He whispered that the pain was proof you were forgotten. He suggested that rejection was the final word over your life. Yet every accusation was a lie. For the truth has always been this: you were chosen before the foundation of the world, marked for glory, destined to reign. The storms only refined you. The darkness only sharpened your light. The rejection only positioned you for revelation. Chosen one. Eternity has always been written into your spirit. The battles you fought were not random. They were designed to awaken you to the weight of your calling. You carry something that does not expire with time, something that cannot be stripped by man, something that will outlast even the shaking of the earth. You carry eternity's crown. This crown is not just a symbol of honor, it is a mantle of responsibility. It means that everywhere you go, heaven's authority accompanies you. It means your words have the power to release life. It means your presence carries the fragrance of eternity, reminding a broken world that there is more than what they see. You are not just a survivor, you are a signpost of heaven's reality on earth. The Apostle Paul concluded in the second letter to Timothy, chapter 4, verse 8, "Now there is in store for me the crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, will award to me on that day, and not only to me, but also to all who have longed for his appearing." Chosen one, this is your inheritance, not only a crown for now, but a crown forever. Not only a mark for this season, but a seal for eternity. This realization transforms how you walk. You are no longer moved by temporary storms because your crown is eternal. You no longer chase fleeting approval because your crown is incorruptible. You no longer bow to fear because your crown cannot be shaken. What you carry is not borrowed, it is bestowed. What you wear is not fragile, it is unbreakable. Chosen one. Being crowned for eternity also means you must live with vision. The way you spend your days, the way you respond to trials, the way you steward your gifts, all of it echoes beyond time. Eternity is not a distant concept, it is unfolding through your obedience now. Every act of faith plants seeds that will bloom long after you leave this earth. Every decision to stand firm builds a legacy that ripples through generations. Do not underestimate the weight of this crown. It is not casual. It is not decorative. It is proof that heaven trusted you with more than survival. It trusted you with stewardship. You are a carrier of glory. And though the world may not fully understand it, the spirit realm recognizes it instantly. That is why resistance intensifies near you. That is why attacks rise unprovoked. Hell does not fight those who are empty, it fights those crowned with eternal purpose. Yet, chosen one. This should not burden you, it should empower you, because the same God who placed the crown upon your head is the same God who strengthens your shoulders to carry it. You do not walk under the weight of destiny alone. You walk with the hand of the Almighty, steadying you at every step. Now, as you move forward. Remember this: the journey is not ending here. It is only beginning in greater glory. Every victory behind you has prepared you for greater victories ahead. Every revelation you've received is a foundation for deeper wisdom yet to come. Every crown moment you've stepped into is only a shadow of the eternal reward waiting beyond time. Chosen one, lift your head high, not in arrogance, but in reverence, for the crown you wear is not proof of your power, but proof of His faithfulness. You did not earn it, it was given. You did not seize it, it was bestowed. And nothing, no force, nor failure, no fear can take it away. So walk boldly, live faithfully, shine unashamedly. You are crowned not just for a season, not just for a date, not just for survival. You are crowned for eternity. And as you carry that crown, may the world see through you the reflection of the one who crowned you. Chosen one, you have walked through every word of this journey step by step, revelation by revelation, until the crown has been placed firmly on your head. Do not let these truths slip away. What you have received here is not fleeting encouragement. It is a divine reminder of who you are and what you carry. Every section has been like oil poured into your lamp, and now your flame burns brighter than before. But a flame, if not tended, can dim. That is why you must guard what you've heard. Nurture it, and keep it alive. Do not simply move on as if nothing happened. Let these words anchor themselves deep in your spirit. And here is how you can keep this fire alive, both in your own heart and in the lives of others. You can like this message. It is like placing a stone on the altar, a personal mark that says, "This word touched me." You can share it. Think of it as passing the torch to someone else who has been wandering in the dark, desperately waiting for a spark of light. You can subscribe. This is how you stay connected to the steady flow of oil, ensuring you do not miss the next word heaven wants to release into your life. And if you feel led to give, do it with joy. Picture it like pouring oil into the lamp that shines for countless others. Every gift, small or great, extends the reach of this flame, ensuring that voices across the world hear the truth of who they are in God. This is not about money, it is about mission. It is about fueling a fire that you yourself have been warmed by. Finally, chosen one, I invite you to add your voice. Leave a comment below, not just for yourself, but for someone else who will read it and find courage. Your words may be the exact confirmation their weary spirit needs. Speak life into the thread. Release encouragement. Declare your victory. Remember, you are not only a receiver of light, you are a bearer of it. So go forth now, crowned and unshakable. Like, share, subscribe, sow into the work, and comment boldly. Let the flame continue to spread until no corner of darkness remains untouched by the light of the chosen.